Yo, 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 welcome everybody to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, and welcome to the Silver Class for round number 10 for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here in Jeddah. A high-speed street circuit here at night, and it's getting round by round closer and closer to finale to decide that championship. So it can be a big deciding factor whether it goes towards Mercedes or Alfa Romeo or possibly an outsider. We're going to get to the championship standings here in a moment. Just want to make sure everybody's getting in, and this stream is going to work here tonight. But it is myself, Seafreeze, back in the booth, and I'm glad to be back here for the Silver Class as Rayton is on provisional pole. Good to see him back in the class. And also alongside me in my co-commentary from Golden Class of the Mercedes is D'Angelo. So welcome. And what are we expecting here tonight at Jeddah?
Yeah, Jeddah, it's one of my favorite tracks, even though we only had it for in this second game now is that it's in. It's a very high-speed street circuit, which I tend to like. Very windy, fast-paced corners that you have to be perfect in throughout your qualifying lap, and even nearly perfect throughout your race laps to make sure you don't spin or retire, as Diego has just retired. But yeah, other than that, every driver, round 10, the top 4, though, still vying for the Drivers' Championship. It's going to be a good start to the back half of the season.
Absolutely, and just one thing to note as I try to find a car on track here. I'll go on board with Not Survivor, who is on an outlap. We're going to try to only stream on YouTube here tonight, as it seems we're having some difficulties streaming on both platforms here for tonight's stream. So if anyone does watch on Twitch that you might know, just make sure you let them know that we are live only on YouTube here tonight. As Sir Vapor's getting ready to start his lap. So let me go through the standings here, as Sir Vapor is back in the pit lane, so we'll go on board with Camden Luca instead. Drivers' Championship, Rafa Hulk leading with 151 points to his name. That win last week in Singapore definitely did help him. Camden Luca still in the fight, only 20 points behind, and he has 131. And then we have Blend Machine at 83 points as Camden Luca goes off track, exiting the S section. Ben Swerven at 60, who's also tied with Broom Handle with 60, as Camden goes for a spin, but luckily keeps it out of the wall. We have ghosting on here tonight, so otherwise that Ferrari would have been dead. And I probably won't have enough time to get another lap in, so that should be it for Camden, unless he had some extra fuel in the car. And then for the constructor standings, it is the Alfa Romeo team leading at 178, Camden and Shabar 19 points ahead, which would be the Mercedes is right behind at 159. That's Rafa Hulk and Oreo. Red Bull still in it, 143 with Blend Machine and Broom Handle, and Aston Martin, F1 Nerd and Raiden at 98. And then the Haas team, CJ and Seagrist at 82. So we still have pretty close championship in both regards, as Raiden is starting his lap here, trying to improve from a 28.8. He's got a few tenths already over the field. Let's see if he can improve further.
It was a little bit wide there, but not enough to invalidate. Looking pretty good right now.
retirement of Santo, who did not even get a lap in on this session rating, getting in the middle purple sector. So he's still finding some time as the track gains that evolution. Man, over 200 miles per hour down to the hairpin and get a nice exit. Hits the DRS, and this should be a big improvement here. 28-1, smashes it over a second over the rest, as we have Sir Vapor now the next driver to cross the line. Let's see if he can claim pole position. It's not going to be an improvement, but just marginal. Bags coming out of the final corner in the Williams. No lap time set just yet.
Qualifying's already over.
And that's to 14th, who will stay. Shabar just finished his lap, went 7th. We have Rafa Hulk also on a lap, but his teammate, who needs a little bit of supporting for the constructors, just invalidated his lap time. We have Blin Machine also on a lap, 4/10 clean on his lap. And that's going to put him P3. But it's going to be Rafa Hulk 4/10 up on already what was a good time, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Raiden a full second off. What a pole position for Raiden. There's going to be nobody to consider that. I mean, I think that's going to be it for the quali, but Omega's coming around the line here. Good enough for 5th. Segrist in 3rd. Yeah, and Raiden's coming back in, and I think that's it. Sir Vapor, another 10th up on his time, and he gets onto the front row. But man, look at that gap between the Aston Martin out in front and not Sir Vapor. Almost, you know, 8 tenths, but more like a second when you compare it to, you know, the championship leader and the rest of the field.
Yeah, Raiden seems to have very good pace here tonight, so we'll see if he can take it into the race, though. We have seen throughout all the races so far that qualifying pace hasn't really meant race pace, depending on the setups that they're running.
And there you have it, 7/10. The difference, Raiden claimed pole position, but like you said, it's not all about the speed. But honestly, if you have that big of a gap out to start on the front row, man, if you can just put in some nice laps, I mean, you'll just gap the rest of the field. If it stays green, obviously. The slipstream DRS, you're going to see a lot of trains. Time penalties will be a factor. You will have your fair spins and crashes, so we might have a safety car or two if I were a betting man.
That is a fair point.
But as we get into the race here, no formation lap, we'll have to get our predictions for the race. So, D'Angelo, what do we got?
I think I'm going to go Raiden. I mean, 8/10, even if his race pace isn't as good as his qualifying pace, I think he'll still get the win. It's just domination in qualifying. I think Rafa Hulk's going to come up and get P2, and then I think we'll put, well, crap, now I'm blinking. You know what, we'll just go Camden P3. Hopefully he'll come up. He's like starting P7.
Alright. And for myself, let's see if I can get a correct prediction here tonight. I think I'm going to go with Rafa Hulk for the win. I think he's starting in a decent position, and he's he just came off the Singapore race there, which he was really strong out. I think he'll do the same here today. I think you can have Sir Vapor in 2nd, and then we'll put Camden Luca P3. But leave your predictions down below as we get ready to start this silver class race as the lights are going on now. Round 10 for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Let's do it. As Raiden gets a nice start. Sir Vapor covering off and goes real quickly by Raiden for some reason. Oh, now he spun around. He gets hit by Blend Machine. Yeah. He had a good getaway, and then he just stalled for some reason, and he gets hit.
That second phase of the start. Yeah, now he's all the way down to 12th. Also, the hard tires, too, are not good off the start, so he didn't have as much grip.
Yes, that's a good point, as I'm just putting the graphic on now. He did start on the hard tire, as a few others in the back as well. Ben swerving in Oreo, half African. Only driver on the softs is Bags. Let's see if he can make some positions, as up front it's Sir Vapor who takes the lead over Rafa Hulk, who is right behind him. And at this early of the Grand Prix, he's taking a big risk to be that close to another driver on just the opening lap.
I think, yeah, a lot of drivers pretty close right now, but yeah, Rafa Hulk and Sir Vapor are the very closest, and Blend Machine going around the outside of F1 Nerd somehow gets the move done right there. It's a very dangerous spot.
Nice
you made
move
contact
too.
there.
So it was
Omega.
just enough room.
Omega and Raiden go right past Formula Jonah. Formula Jonah, something wrong with his car, or just going slow, but the Ferrari and the Aston move up a spot.
And we have someone pitting. That's going to be Chip Barr, probably picking some damage up in the Alfa Romeo, as well as Bags, who started on the soft tire. So his advantage goes right out the window.
The bottom four are all coming in.
As we go back up front, it's still Sir Vapor leading from Rafa Hulk. Segrist about 2 seconds back.
Shabar's already got a 3-second penalty. But that might have been on the exit of the pit lane as well.
Yeah, apparently you can cut the pit lane now. You can cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't exceeding track limits, it was corner cutting like itself. But Camden has moved up into 6th. He is behind one of his championship rivals of Blend Machine. Needs to try to get past Blend and F1 Nerd, and then get up to Segrist so he can catch up to Rafa Hulk.
Yeah, see, in this position, Rafa Hulk, he's not using any battery, but you can just see he wants to get released from Sir Vapor. He just has to be patient, because honestly, once he gets that DRS, I mean, he's gonna, he'll be like a rocket ship.
Yeah, it looks like Rafa's running a lot more, or less wing angle, I should say, than Sir Vapor, but Sir Vapor's using a lot of battery. So that's why Sir Vapor's staying ahead. Rafa Hulk's just abiding his time. His DRS has been enabled, lap 3. Riding with the fastest lap on the hard tires, though, at this stage. Very well done. So it looks like he does have race pace. He just had a pretty terrible first couple laps. But is on the hard tires, so he does have the preferred strategy.
Omega gets by Santo right in front of the S section. He was struggling through this S section. You can see the big speed difference. Formula Jonah getting held up, and he's got Ben swerving on the back door. There he is. Ooh, watching almost 3 wide into the hairpin, and Ben +2 out of that exchange. So good stuff from the AlphaTauri. And Oreo half Africans trying to get past Santo as well. But as we go back up to the front, this will be Rafa Hulk's opportunity.
DRS, here we go.
Let's see how much of a fight Sir Vapor puts on to Rafa Hulk. He might be using a little bit, maybe just a tad. But I think down this straightaway, the main straight, is a great opportunity. Although, it doesn't seem like he gained as much with the DRS. Somehow it slowed him down. Oh, Camden Luca into the pit lane. Early stop, or did he get some damage? And that's a new front wing. A new front wing.
Some damage. Yeah, it's a lot of tight walls in this place, so you tick one wall and then it just sends your race completely out the window. So not a great start.
Yeah, for the Alfa Romeos, definitely not.
Yeah.
P12 and 16. Struggling in this early phase, but very long race. I'm surprised we're still going at this point. We're usually at our third safety car. Look at the Aston Martins, though. They're in a nice position here, 5th and 6th. Raiden covering well, as we have a yeller.
No, it's Diego.
Spun it in the S section. It's turn 7. I don't know. Oh, there he goes again. That's the tire temperatures for you.
Tire might not have a lot of might have a lot of air pressure in those tires, causing him to do that.
And in the comments, Teja says, "What did y'all do to Seafreeze?" What do you mean? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Bags right behind Speedy. Please send it down the inside. Nope, he thinks better.
Oh boy, now we got Speedy and Camden once again. Oh, this will be fun.
The Ferraris and Alfa Romeos, they always seem to be having a lot of battles this season.
Good or not good.
Yeah. And Rafa Hulk once again right behind Sir Vapor through this fast left-right chicane. He gets a nice run. He's going to use a little battery, and he's going to look inside. He's got to use some battery, though, to get past him. He can't sit right behind the Alpine. He's got to either use his stuff and get by, or conserve and stay behind. But you don't want to be that close. You put a lot of faith into the other driver. It's still just not enough to get by, and Sir Vapor doing nice defense just to stay ahead, and I don't think he's using much battery, so I think if Rafa Hulk just used a little spurt of battery, I think he'd get by, and I think he's really a lot quicker. He could go a lot quicker through this S section if he just had that clean air.
Yeah, he definitely could. I feel like if Rafa Hulk does get by Sir Vapor, it's going to be clean sailing for Rafa Hulk at this point. And yeah, he uses some battery off exit, but doesn't use any more, and Sir Vapor's not using any either. Also, DRS was not activated on Rafa Hulk's car. I didn't see.
Is he not using it? Maybe. Well, there wasn't any there. They got rid of that.
They got rid of that.
Yeah. So let's check on this one here. We'll go on. We got the aerial footage. Look at this.
There it is. I forgot they got rid of that DRS zone. And they put it on where we're at now.
Oops.
But yeah, he's not gaining. Granted, not any ERS, but Sir Vapor's not using any either. He is just on the medium setting.
Like now he's using. Yeah, here we go. Hey now.
Around the outside. Sir Vapor, nice defense.
Yeah, he's gonna get he's gonna straight the corner out. He's gonna get the nice traction off the corner. And he's got to make it here. He's going to go outside. But it'll be side by side through one.
Outside does turn into the inside, but Sir Vapor's going to let him by.
Yeah, nice. So Rafa Hulk up into the lead of this race on lap 7. Surprisingly, we've been green all the way through. So good stuff from the silver class drivers. So it was
Vapor
close.
just tapped wall. Yeah, he might have damage because of that.
And you look at the gap already. I mean, almost a second. Rafa Hulk pulled in just that S section alone. If he could pull that gap, man, this is Rafa Hulk's race. You could just see how comfortable he is in these races as we close down closer and closer to round 14.
Yeah, pretty solid so far. Good racing from the top two. Yeah, it looks like Rafa Hulk is just pulling away now.
Another few drivers to know. We got Segrist in third, kind of keeping a gap. Blend Machine trying to close it. This could be for that podium positions. A few laps ago, we had a switch in the Aston Martins. Raiden back up to fifth after falling from pole position, starting on those hard tires. So he's going a little longer into this race, playing a little long ball. F1 Nerd in sixth. Omega picking up a penalty of 3 seconds. He had a nice qualifying. He's in seventh right now. Ben swerving on those hards as well, opted to start on the race. Formula Jonah in 9th and Oreo in 10th. The field is quite spread out, I want to say. The only gaps really are the top two at the moment.
Yeah, Survivor getting, I guess he doesn't have damage because he's staying within that second, but like through the first sector and then the portion of the middle sector, Rafa Hulk is just gaining so much time. But I guess Survivor just has a lot more straight line speed. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I tell you what, because I expected this race to have, I mean, we're not even halfway. But my early, never mind. Speedy is around. He served his race ban, I think it was last week. He's might be a little rusty in that regard. Had a little mistake there. He'll have to come and pit. He's got to be careful he doesn't get lapped, otherwise that's going to be his race over.
Yeah, because they might do it in the game now, because I've seen it glitch a few times, because it does say lapped cars are allowed to pass, but sometimes I don't think the game lets it happen. But we'll see if he does get lapped, and then a safety car does come out.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is that because we have such big gaps, as we have Camden.
Yeah.
Trying to make a move on Santo, this should be relatively easy, although you never know.
Santo does have the grippier tire right now, but that tire should be falling off, and yeah, Camden just goes around the outside.
Yep. But because you have these gaps now, if you are going to be looking for a safety car, which the Alfa Romeos need, and some other drivers, maybe like Speedy and others towards the rear, need, you're going to have to look for an individual mistake that would put out a safety car, because the battling side by side at this moment, the gaps are so big, you're not going to really have that. And if you do, you might have a simple overtake like Camden just did on Santos. So, do we get that individual DNF on track that would cause that safety car? I think it's just a matter of time. The tires are starting to wear at this point, so we'll see if they can get through that struggling phase of that tire. Just want to take this time before pit stops to thank everyone for tuning in for the silver class. Remember, we have the golden class tomorrow, platinum class on Thursday, same time, same place. Definitely hit the like button to show your support for TCR. It's be much appreciated. You can check all the description for more information on how to join, information on TCR, and you can join the Discord server if you guys want to stay updated on points and steward decisions that would affect these races. You could join the Discord and get a nice view of that, so you have all the information when we go racing, when we go motor racing.
But we do have a gap starting to come down a little bit, third and fourth. Both of them already have a 3-second time penalty. But nonetheless, it is a battle. Segrist and Mr. Blend Machine.
Yeah, both at a penalty apiece, so that evens each other out, but it doesn't even everyone out.
No, it does not. And the mediums should start falling away here soon, as Raiden's starting to catch up to Blend and Segrist now.
Machine now in that DRS zone, starting to close in on the Haas as he pits. Segrist into the pit lane. He's gonna opt for the hard tire, only tire to go on to really. As who's that right in front? Is that that's no? That'd be Diego, who is now lapped in this race. And he's going to have a really difficult time from here on out. Another driver close to getting lapped is Speedy Gunner.
Yep.
He's about a corner ahead of the leader at the moment. And why that's crucial is that, like we mentioned a little earlier, we kind of aren't sure if the game will give back that lap or not, if there is a safety car. So I've seen many times where the game doesn't let you get that lap back. So for the entirety of the race, you're a lap down, and the only way to get it back is on track, which in these days is unrealistic. So it's very important to stay on that lead lap to give you an opportunity for later in the race. Speedy just needs to hold on a few more laps because he's done all his pit stops. He just has to wait for Rafa Hulk, as I think we have, is this Diego? No, Bags spin out in the S section. It's going to promote Shabar as Rafa Hulk comes in and he gets a speeding penalty.
Oh no. Here's Raiden, but yeah, now this puts Sir Vapor in net P1 basically.
Yeah, Rafa Hulk didn't serve it, but he would serve it on his next pit stop, or it would get added to his overall lap race distance at the end of the race.
Yeah, for Rafa Hulk, but he just got to ignore it and head down and push. It's going to be very terrible though if there is a safety car, because he will have to serve it if he comes in for a set of softs if it's that close to the end of the race. So he just really needs to push and not worry about if a safety car comes out or not.
You know, it's really tough because, you know, just a few corners prior to the pit lane entry, you're going at over 200 miles per hour. And even the final corner isn't that slow of a hairpin. And then you try to get it down to probably, I think it's 50 miles per hour.
It is 50, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you got to go from fast to sort of slow to fast and then super slow.
Yeah, it could be hard to get that car slowed down when not practiced enough. Sir Vapor goes off the track over the curb, and you know, he's lucky to not flatten that car out.
Yeah, bottom it out and then see ya.
He'd be like a pancake.
Braden, fastest lap on 12 lap old hards. Those hards are still kicking. It might be his end lap now. 13, maybe. Because the hards and mediums aren't that far apart in tire life, so on this track.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, you have a lot of straights. I mean, you're going to gain a lot through this S section for sure, but they'll kind of even out.
Yeah, other than that, it's like nothing.
And the good thing for Raiden here is, you know, he's having Ben Swerve hold up Rafa Hulk and company. And Raiden has that clean air, which sometimes is really important to gain that track position. This is the phase where he's got, well, I mean, not just Raiden, but everybody's got to start pushing on their lap times. as we see Rafa Hulk trying to get past Ben Swerve, and he should have an easy time on the DRS straight. I don't know if he'll do it this time. Oh, what just happened there? Okay. I obviously haven't practiced enough. I thought that was... Here's the DRS straight. I'm like, we just warped a straight. Rafa Hulk tried it on Ben, but Ben fought back. Almost side by side, which is never a good idea. He'll have another opportunity here.
I don't like boring races like this, Freeze. We've been spoiled all season. Even Singapore was pretty good.
You think this is boring? This is an old school strategy battle. Is it Raiden? Is it Rafa Hulk? This is the stuff I like. Oh, here comes Sir Vapor. He's down the inside. Oh, and he has contact.
He did try to put him back around though, so yep, no penalty post race for Sir Vapor. He's very lucky.
He kind of straightened him out, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of did. He like tapped him a second time to straighten the back out. Or kind of, not the back, that's like side pod. And slowed down. But yeah. Rafa Hulk though, already at only 8% trying to catch Raiden. Sir Vapor now has the ERS advantage. Granted, Rafa Hulk does have to get out of the 5-second range of Sir Vapor, but Raiden should either come in this lap or next lap. I would say this lap because the mediums can go 11. So
there's a nice little move from F1 Nerd, lower down in the pack, trying to get on Camden Luca.
Taking that very inside line. It's very dangerous. Ooh.
For that reason, exactly. It's hard to put down the throttle if you take that really acute angle.
Oh yeah. And Shogun's in.
Alright, I want to see where he comes out. He had about a 14-15 second gap to Rafa Hulk, but obviously you have to add 5 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be...
It's about 20.
But now he's on the better tire. 10 laps left in this race, are you kidding?
Yeah, this track makes the race go by fast.
Honestly, 25 laps around here is way too few laps, in my opinion. It's just...
Well, it's the way the length of the track is, and just how the nature of it, how fast it is.
You could have 70, you have 105 laps around Monaco, but you can only have, 25 or 50 at a Jeddah. It seems a little off to me.
It's just the way the length is. It's kind of stupid.
Well, Raiden's in a good position here. He's penalty free.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 drivers ahead of him with penalties, and he has 1 driver ahead of him that still needs to pit. That's Ben Swerven. So his big competition is Sir Vapor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if he can get around Blinn and Ben, well, Ben still has to pit, but if he can get around Blinn, Sir Vapor's going to be a sitting duck.
Well, Blinn pitted. He should be good to the end.
No, I said Ben.
Oh, Ben.
I said if he can get around Blinn, because Ben still has to pit.
It must be that new mic of yours. I didn't pick it up.
Hey man, I've had this for a while. I'm usually on my desktop when we're in Discord, but I'm on my laptop today.
Here's Sir Vapor fighting back, putting a little pressure on the championship leader.
Rafa Hulk might have made a mistake because it was over a second, just like a second ago. So
well, look, he's blinking. He's D-rating here. He's gonna be
Sir
super
Vapor's gonna
slow
get by.
on the straight.
Yep, easy move for Sir Vapor. I think Rafa Hulk has to play the podium play here. He's just got to let Sir Vapor drag him along as far as he can, get outside 5 seconds of Blinn, and then Shogun.
And here comes Raiden too. He's right on the back bumper of Blinn. And he's got
and
Ben. This is crucial. Now I've always said that if Raiden starts to win some races, he could be not really for the championship, but more so the constructors. He can start to get that team up if Aston Martin has some solid performances. With a few rounds left. I mean, I don't know if they'd be able to win it at this point, but definitely
Might
get
be.
into the conversation as
Yeah.
we
Oh
might go
my God.
3. Nope.
No, Braden's gonna stay back. Which
And look at Blinn and Ben. They've had issues in the past, and look at this. More issues.
Yep. Blinn's got end plate damage now.
Yep.
Oh, that's dangerous. I don't like
3
this.
wide, baby. 3 wide. Ben and Blinn
Right.
and Raiden down the inside.
Yep, Raiden's got the move done.
That was all personal between Ben and Blinn.
Raiden doesn't have DRS though, but Blinn's
Look at
in
them.
and-
Both pitting.
Yep, Blinn. I think Blinn was honestly a little too aggressive because he got wing damage himself. And
Well,
yeah,
Ben was scheduled to come in. Blinn was not. This should be a TV show between these. What's that TV show that has? It's like the 3 of them. It's
Three
It's like
Stooges.
no. Well, I mean that's going back a little bit, but like Ed and Eddie is like
Oh, yeah.
it's like Ben Blinn and we need one more. You know.
Ben, Blinn, and Speedy.
We need a Benny. I think a Benny would be great. A Ben, Blinn, and Benny. That would be a great show. We need a Benny in here. Alright, well, lap 17 of 25. Closing in on 18. Got Sir Vapor leading from Raffahulk. Raiden closing in.
I honestly think if you're Sir Vapor, if Raffahulk wants to get by, you let him get by, because it's gonna be hard to get 5 seconds on this track for Raffahulk.
Yeah, and you don't really want to battle this, do you? Because
He's doing it. Sir Vapor's battling it
I mean, you got Raiden coming on behind, and
very quickly, by the way. Yeah, he already has Shogun already has Rappa and Sir Vapor in his sights. Granted, pretty far up there, but they're in his sights nonetheless.
and he's the quickest guy on track today. I mean, he's been setting purples on old tires, fresh tires, high fuel, low fuel, pole sitter by 8/10. You know, he's gonna be your guy as we have our first DNF.
Might be a safety car.
There you have it. That's the
That's gonna help Raiden a lot more than Raffahulk and Sir Vapor, though, because Raiden doesn't have to pit, and his tires are still fairly new.
I don't know how. I'm sorry, Santo, but I don't know how you crashed there. I mean, I just don't know how you crashed there.
I wish we would have been able to see his car.
I mean,
then
he
could've told
crashed.
you.
He crashed right on the left. That's a straightaway.
I wonder
Maybe
if he
the
didn't
cat.
crash-
The cat got in front of the TV or something.
No, I wonder if it he spun on the exit of the sweeping curve, and then he hit the wall on the left side on the straight as he was getting on the power coming off the exit. Because I've done that career before in this game, so
Now I'm gonna show you a little trick here for those watching, especially in Silver Class. You see where Speedy is? He's right in front of the leaders. If he pits now, he risks going a lap down. Does he stay out and pit one extra lap? I would think he's coming in right now. No, he stays out. I think he just recently pitted, but that would have been a situation where you don't want to pit. You would pit one extra lap just to make sure you don't get lapped, because like I said, I don't think the game gives you that lap back. But regardless, doesn't impact him at the moment. But this has kind of been the story of how these races have been going. Is you run a decent amount of the race green flag, and then you have a late race safety car that comes down to the soft tire. I mean, the strategy in this game is you start on the medium, you go to the hard, and you pit last 5 laps for softs, and it's like a 5-lap race. So everything all these drivers have been doing is pretty much goes out the window, and you just have a shootout at the end, which is funny because Camden Luca was complaining about this shootout that cost him a podium just last race at Singapore. But he needs this to get back in. I mean, if the safety car didn't come out, the Alfa Romeos and some drivers who had damage earlier on, I mean, they're in no man's land. I mean, they were really far back with the issues they had. The safety car does bring them back in. I don't know how much track position they'll be able to gain in only 5 or so laps. But
Raiden did hit. Okay, so yeah, he just got to get around Sir Vapor now because Rappa Hulk's penalty. F1 Nerd is going to be a sitting duck. Seegers has a penalty, so Rappa Hulk now should be able to at least get P3. Granted, any barring bullshittery.
And the pack was so spread out. I mean, it's going to be at least another lap, maybe 2.
Yeah, they might go in on 21, honestly, because it came out what 18. Only the first lap under it, so yeah, it might not go into lap 21, which would be unfortunate for some, but good for others. Good for others like Sir Vapor, who would have one less lap to have to defend from the high-flying fast boy of Shogun. The fast boy.
Now, I think I did... You had... No, I didn't have Sir Vapor. I had Sir Vapor for second. You had him. You had Raiden winning.
Yep.
So, I had Rappa Hulk, then Sir Vapor, and Camden.
Yeah, I had Rappa Hulk in second, and Camden in third. Which, if some madness happens, Camden could somehow.
Well, he kind of has 3 positions. If you really, maybe 4. Seegers, look at this. Ready? Let's do some math class here. Hold up.
I hate math.
Where's the? Yeah, and there we go. Okay. So you have Segrist in third. He's got 3 seconds, so he's almost doomed to fall back. You also had F1 Nerd on the hard tire, who's realistically going to be dropping back.
Yeah.
Ben swerving on the medium, so he'll drop back possibly, maybe not as much, because he's just 1 tier above. And then you have Omega with a 6 seconds, so he kind of has about 4 positions. He could probably get a P4, and if any troubles happen in front between the leaders, you could possibly put in a podium for Camden Luca,
yeah.
But that's assuming he stays risk-free as well. So
risk-free, yeah. You can never assume someone that you're counting on is going to be risk-free, which is unfortunate, but that's just racing.
Blend Machine is going to want to get back into the points. He's in 9th. I mean, he's in the points, but he wants more than 9th. He wants more than 9th place after he had some contact. He'll be on a surge. You can see him aggressively warming these tires up. That's that karting experience. I know how to do it.
Oh, I love karting. It's so fun.
Quite a race from Formula Jonah. He's back in 11th, so we'll see what he can do there.
Yep, so safety car is not in this lap, it's from what it seems. So yeah, we got 1 more lap.
And if any driver is going to pick up an extreme amount of positions, it's going to be Speedy Gunner, who is starting 15th. He always has some incredible race starts and safety car restarts.
Late race surge. Oh, this will be fun.
Man on a mission. So, 1 more lap around here. Once again, just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget Golden and Platinum coming on up for their Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And next week is a special week. It's Bahrain. It's the TCR Grand Prix for the Platinum class, which is the, I want to say, is it the 7th time we're doing that event? Let me check this real quick. It's our 7th time doing the event. It's at Bahrain for the 2nd season in a row. The TCR Grand Prix is TCR's unique format. It's a Platinum exclusive event, which we will be explaining in detail on the next episode of the Racing Debrief, TCR's podcast. That will be out this Monday. So for those new drivers to TCR, or want a little refresher to see this season's format very identical, you can listen to that, and announcements will be coming out soon. It's basically a unique format for the qualifying. It's pretty much rounds of one-shot quali 5-lap race in a Q1, Q2, Q3 style qualifying format to set the grid for a 50% race. That's the TCR Grand Prix, and the feature races for Silver and Golden will be a glimpse of that. So you'll pretty much have a one-shot quali 5-lap race, which sets up the 50%. Yeah, so it's kind of
also safety car in this lap.
A small glimpse. Oh, I'm aware. I'm ready for this. Absolutely.
I am on board with the Shogun himself. So
some important events coming up next week, but this week it is Jeddah, and it is Sir Vapor leading the charge over Raiden and the rest of the field, and it's his opportunity to decide when to go green in this race. The safety car is in the pit lane, and he's gonna
Sir
go.
Vapor goes now off the corner. Very good. Wow, really good launch from Vapor. Holy.
Yeah. Caught him napping, that's for sure. As F1 Nerd is timing it perfectly, almost, but Segrist. Oh, and he hits it, and Hulk. Did he get some damage? No, but here comes Omega. 3 wide. Ben has to cut the chicane.
Yep.
Ben's going all the way down the order as Camden Luca is looking to pick some of these positions up.
Camden cut the corner a little bit too. That's probably a little warning there.
Oh, look up front here. Rafa Hulk getting held up by F1 Nerd, who had some damage as here comes Omega. And Rafa Hulk is now only one position above Camden Luca, and this is exactly what you want to see in the championship fight as he gets pushed into the wall as Ben. Okay, that was Ben swerving.
Oreo's out. Bags hit Oreo, and Oreo is just like, I'm just going to retire.
Rafa Hulk looking left on F1 Nerd, who I believe had some damage as he hit the wall on the front stretch.
Yeah, I think there's right end plate damage. Yep, that end plate's gone.
Coming through here, Rafa Hulk getting close to the rear. And here comes Ben.
Oh my god, dude, this is insane. Here comes Camden and Blinn, too. Jeez.
Oh, Blinn machine's not done. Look, Blinn wants Ben. Ben and Blinn. Blinn, Ben, and Benny.
Oh my god, this is so dumb. Oh, Blinn kind of lost it.
And he's got his teammate right behind. He's slipping in the background. Rafa Hulk has to send it on the Aston Martin.
Yeah, if he wants. He is in a podium position still with Segrist and Omega's penalties, but he's got to go. Actually, no, he is not in podium position. He's only P4. He is 1 second behind Omega, and Omega's 2 seconds behind Segrist.
Man, traffic galore in front of Camden as Ben and F1 Nerd are just missing apexes left and right. You couldn't even pay for one.
Camden does not get a penalty for that. Probably because he got forced wide, which... oh, Blinn going down the inside of F1 Nerd, who is struggling.
And Camden picks up a position on F1 Nerd, who was struggling on those hard tires.
If you're Camden, you want to get by Blinn, or not Blinn, Ben. So you can
those two, goddammit, they've been messing us up all race long.
Yeah, two.
And we will get DRS in this race eventually.
Yeah. See, 21, or no, 22, 24, I think. Yeah, should be this next lap.
Is it open now? No, that's just how the wing is. I was like, that's the small DRS gap. What are we doing?
Yep,
there
DRS enabled, I was right.
Blinn getting past F1 Nerd.
It's going to go down to the wire between the top two.
Oh yeah, and we're going to get ready for that battle in just a minute.
Ooh, Rafa Hulk's missing apexes as well now.
Camden gets past Ben, swerving. That's for 6th. He's a few seconds off of Rafa Hulk with only 2 laps to go as we're on the penultimate lap of this race. As we go back up to the front, Raiden, your pole sitter, is within 3/10 of the leader.
DRS range as well. You're gonna see. I think you're gonna see some mega defense from Sir Vapor. He's gonna channel his inner Fernando Alonso in that Alpine.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Japan Suzuka classic.
Special.
Copy paste it to Jeddah, please. That'd be wonderful. And in that battle, it was Vettel who got it. So, if you're a betting man, hey, Raiden has an opportunity here as we are closing in.
If you're Raiden, I would not use any DR or ERS till this next straight right here.
Do you want to be leading after this turn 1, or do you want to be making the overtake? Oh, that's a big indication right then. Vapor under the 10%. He might as well go for the overtake as into turn 1.
Yeah, might as well try it. Sir Vapor's giving him room, but ooh, Raiden goes a little bit deep. Sir Vapor's gonna stay ahead, I think. Yeah, Sir Vapor stays ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think if you're Sir Vapor, you want the DRS because you have no battery left.
Yeah, but Sir Vapor is looking pretty good in the corners.
And Rafa Hulk just got past Omega. That's for 4th, but with penalties, he should be able to maybe get a podium here.
He's got to get in within 3 seconds of Seegers. He's 3.6 right now. As we go to penalties, yeah, Seegers only has 3 seconds worth of penalties. Oh man, this is pretty solid.
And who said this race was boring? I mean, come on, D'Angelo, you can't.
Like USA, bro.
Come on, it's the silver class. You're gonna have some battles here.
Raiden not using any ERS, which is very good.
He went off the throttle. He's waiting for the last corner, the last opportunity, but he gets a bad exit. But it doesn't matter. This DRS is such a big advantage, and you look 5% on the battery for not Sir Vapor. He's going to have to go around the long way. Sir Vapor's going to send it Verstappen style.
Oh, this is going to be close, but Raiden does have the advantage.
Absolutely.
Yep, Raiden's going to win.
Yeah, easy. Raiden from pole position in a difficult way, dropping down and recovering for the win here at Saudi Arabia. Let's see who gets the podium. It's going to be Segrist.
6/10 because of the penalty.
Camden Luca's going to finish 5th, so only 1 position behind Rafa Hulk.
That's 2 points.
And with penalties, it's going to be the Red Bull. Speedy gets a point. Chabar loses out 3/10. Wow.
What an end. Literally just like Austin this weekend.
And that shit's like drugs at the end. Holy shit.
Oh, I love the drug analogies. They're great.
Now we got the fix for the week. For the day, I would say, because we got to have our next fix tomorrow and Thursday. So you definitely want to come back for that shootout.
The shootery shootout.
Man. That's how these races come down, man. It's always about that last safety car to put on those soft tires, and you pretty much go balls to the wall and see what happens. Luckily, you know, to the most part, most drivers today, you know, they did a really
solid,
really good job racing wise, I thought. I don't think any incidents really between anybody. There should be not much.
Unless there's something we didn't see, which is very possible.
Rafa Hulk was able to pick up that fastest lap, so he gets another additional point and extends his championship lead, although we won't have an opportunity to talk with him tonight as he is not on the podium. He missed out on that by about
6/10.
yeah. But what a turnaround for Camden. I mean, if that safety car doesn't come out, Camden Luca loses a ton of points. I mean, he was down the order, possibly getting a few points, if that, if it stayed green.
Yeah.
I mean, now just to finish one position behind Rafa Hulk, you can go into next week at Bahrain. Feeling a little bit more
Camden,
comfortable.
if my math is right, because Camden scored 10, Rafa Hulk scored 13, so Rafa Hulk is 154.
It should be 23.
Camden is 20. Yeah, Camden's 23 points behind. It looks like it's just those two fighting for the drivers at this point, because Glenn didn't have that good of a race. Then Shogun's too far behind at this point, I feel like, unless some craziness happens.
Yeah, we'd have to do the math, but I mean, I think Blinn and everyone else is theoretically out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get these people here. Let's see if we...
Theoretically, it's just those two. Granted, if they crash out the last four races.
Do you
11,
have
12, 13, 14.
Survapor or...
On the Discord?
Yeah, Survapor or...
I have Shogun, I know. I don't know if I have Survapor or not.
Yeah. If you could get them, that'd be good. Shogun's not accepting friend requests. Okay.
Yeah, not accepting friend requests, but invite. No, wait.
Shit. We don't want to talk either. Congrats on the win, though. You don't want to be friends? All right, no problem for me. One less person to talk to.
Okay, let's copy that and just send it to him. That's what I did last time.
We'll work on getting those two in. That's D'Angelo behind the scenes. We'll start with P number 3. Let's try to get to the showroom here. Segrist was running the F3 car of the BW. He's in the Haas. The Haas.
The Haas.
Yes, sir.
And Bags is already getting a ticket. Solid.
Nice. Podium. So I don't remember where you qualified, Segrist, but I believe it was in the top 5, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 4th, I think.
Yeah, so one better than that. Podium. You came off a win that you got post penalties. Was that back in Abu Dhabi? So picking up a podium here. I don't know what you did last week, but
wrecked out.
You got wrecked out.
I just wrecked out. Nobody wrecked out. This is my fault.
But how was this race, and how was that ending there, the last safety car?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to kind of on my phone rewatch it from my view real quick because I'm not too sure what happened on that. I know I had who was it, F1 nerd on my outside there because I got some wheel spin trying to restart on the after the safety car, and so I knew I had him on my outside, and I seen Rafa had a run, and I thought I just kind of tried to close the middle, and butt up to F1 a little bit, and then looked like Rafa might have dove out and made it 3 wide, and so I'm not too sure exactly how that went down. Have to kind of rewatch that, but it was a little bit out of my view. So hopefully it wasn't nothing on me there, but yeah, I just tried to really just run a smooth race. I don't like this track a whole lot, so I didn't practice like I usually do. So I was just trying to do my own thing, stay out of trouble, not do too much battling on this track. So,
do you think you would have been able to get a podium if that race stayed green, or did that really help you out in getting a P3?
Yeah, because I think it got me in front of Rafa because I think he had served a penalty or something, so I got in front of him when we pitted. So that probably, and then the incident dropping him back. So yeah, I probably would have been just outside the podium if stayed green, I guess.
Awesome. And D'Angelo, do you have any questions for Segrist here?
I don't really have any questions. I'm doing bad tonight, question-wise. I'm trying to think of some for all three, but yeah, it was a good run, man, and I know I've seen you a couple times on the podium this season, and hopefully we can see you a couple more times on the podium and maybe get a win or two. So, and then maybe I know it seems far away, but next season is right around the corner at some point too. So maybe you can contend for the title next season.
Yep, that's the plan.
All right, so
Right on.
well, good stuff, Segrist, and we'll hopefully see you again next week at Bahrain in the podium.
Yep, thanks. See you guys.
See you. Alright, we'll go to the Alpine of Not Sir Vapor. Almost got the win there. Looked like you ran out of battery, ran out of juice. And that ultimately is what came down to the deciding factor for you. Is that an accurate statement there?
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. That is true. Oh,
That's
Hello?
it. No, I mean, Kimmy answer for sure, so you just ran out of juice.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is, like, I'm pretty pissed about it, so I can't really say much, which is true. I did run out of ERS. I didn't think he would get me on the last corner like that with the outside line, but my softs that I was using were used up from quali too. I usually save a pair of softs, but like the one time I don't, it bites me in the back. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I wasn't expecting to lead like majority of the race anyway, so yeah.
Do you wish that you would have been, instead of the leading driver going into the final corner, the driver behind? This way you would have that DRS to maybe give you some sort of advantage, or do you think it wouldn't have mattered due to, you were under 10% of the battery?
Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred to be where I was at. I just didn't think. I don't know. I went a little bit deep. I broke late. I think he broke like at the regular, like raking zone. So he got I think he took a regular line, and I'm not sure. I gotta look it back. But to me, at the moment, it felt like he was going through my outside, which I didn't think. Maybe I should have closed the door on him. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. He had a good running quality. I knew he was faster than me. I got that launch in the safety car though. I know everyone saw that. You call him sleeping.
Yes,
But,
yes, you definitely had a great start, and you gave yourself a good opportunity. So I don't think you've reached the top step since coming back. Do you think you have a good opportunity in the remaining races next week, Bahrain?
yeah, I mean, Jeddah's usually like, Jeddah's probably like one of my best tracks. So it's unfortunate I didn't get it today, but yeah, Bahrain's a good track for me too. So hopefully that will change. I tend to do good in night races. I don't know. It's a little bit of a speculation thing, but
Not
even
good at
though
night races.
huh? I am good.
Oh,
I am
you are good. Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah,
next
yeah,
week is another one. So.
yeah. Last season in TCR, I like got a podium in all the night races. So yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
nice. That's a good stat. We should send to the stat department and see, out of
Yeah,
night
you mean
races.
you?
I hope I'm not being the one to dig that up. Hope maybe you could. I'll teach you. You could figure out the percentage of who's the best at night races, who has the most statistics. Maybe it'd be you, Sir Vapor.
I don't know. I just know I recall last season that I was like, oh wait, I think I just won all the night races at TCR. So well, not one, but podium.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
awesome. And D'Angelo, any questions for Sir Vapor?
Again, not really a question, but I just
You're
want to say it was a
terrible.
great. Hey, yeah, shut up. I did questions for 2 weeks. God damn it. But yeah, I just wanted to say it was a great battle between you and Shogun, and it was unfortunate that you didn't come away with a win, but I definitely see a win probably, I would say, either Bahrain or at one of the other two other races that we have in the rest of the season. So I'm excited to see what you got going forward for the rest of the championship.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think Mexico is an alright track, but USA is definitely fun. Austin and Miami, so yeah, we'll see.
Alright, so we will move on to the Aston Martin. Our winner here today, also our pole sitter. He did not do the Grand Slam as Rafa Hulk took that fastest lap away from Raiden, who was pretty much setting fastest laps throughout the entirety. So you gotta wish you may have been able to get that if the safety car didn't come out. Although a not straightforward race for you. You struggled off the start, but I think you were just the quickest driver here today, and I think that is what won you the race. How was your race,
Yeah.
Raiden?
First of all, I would like to say it was a good fight between me and Sir Vapor. Good kudos to keep it clean to him and me, and of course, yeah, it was a bad start for me. I was decided to choose a hard tire for the race, and I was like, that could not be any better decision in my life. Like, that's the worst decision in my life, actually. I should stick with the medium and got a bad start and got tagged around by Blue Machine into turn one. Which in a hindsight that I felt that it could have been the similar situation with me in Spain, which only lasted like a few hundred meters, which definitely I don't want to when I start on pole. And which is the track that I kind of knew well because I driven it on the touring car as well. So yeah, it's definitely a silver lining that I still able to continue, and for sure that I knew some of them are really quick as well. I knew I was on top of the pace today, but on race pace, I genuinely did not think that I'm able to fight if I don't, run away actually from the start. But yeah, it's really one hell of a race for sure. So yeah.
Absolutely. And how do you feel about moving forward towards Bahrain next week? And I know we have both American tracks and Mexico as well.
If I'm being honest, I'm really not confident on the American track, especially Miami, since I never driven in Miami before. I driven in Circuit of the Americas, Mexico, not much as well, but yeah, Bahrain maybe because I did compete in a TCR race in Bahrain. I mean touring car race. So maybe I might slightly have an advantage on Bahrain, but yeah, definitely had to improve on my start. That's for sure because I can't losing out position from the pole. It's been twice already this week. First time is in Singapore, which ultimately putting myself on unnecessary pressure, and then this time once again on the wrong tire again. So yeah, just need to know what to do for the next few races as well.
Awesome. Well, congratulations once again, and good luck the rest of the way. I won't ask D'Angelo if you have any questions, because I'm going to assume you don't have any.
Absolutely not.
But I will ask you to sum up this race for us.
Why is the good stuff always at the end?
It's a great question.
It is a very great question.
We haven't figured it out yet either, because it happens every week. Nonetheless, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you everyone back at thank you everyone for everyone back at TCR. That sentence didn't really work out too well. That's what a full commentary does at Jetta for you. Thanks, D'Angelo, for the co-coms, and it was a beautiful race, Silver Class drivers. So you should be proud of that. Follow TCR on all socials and join the Discord server where we are the most active. And we will see you back here tonight for Golden, and Thursday for Platinum, and next week for Bahrain. So until then,